Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this beautiful Saturday morning? We are a week away from Blade Show. Actually, we're a week and a day. We're less than a week away from Blade Show. I'm excited. The Devil's never been down to Georgia. Good morning, Mr. Mister. Morning, Mr. B. Shady. Morning, Mr. William. Morning, Mr. Nick T. Travaglini. Travaglini? Is it Travaglini? I've never even tried to say it. Travaglini. Morning, Cliff. Travaglini. Travaglini. Guess that's it. My phone just went off. I got a text from Mapco. Do y'all have Mapcos? Where you're at? G is silent. Travaglini. Oh, so it's the Travaglini. When I say it like that, it makes me think you're a gypsy. Why does Travaglini make me think you're a gypsy? My apologies if you're not a gypsy. If you are a gypsy, that's cool. I like gypsies. I guess because they travel. Travaglini. Fenrir and M390, yay or nay? Less than $200, yay. Over $200, nay. No, just a bald Italian man with a lot of knives. Yeah, I was going to say, originally, when you said the G was silent, it made me change from Italian to gypsy. Because originally I thought it was Italian. But then the G being silent threw me off and made me think of gypsies. Oh, yeah, that's a good price. Who's got one for M390 for that price? Good morning, Audiolitis. Good morning, Waylon. Yeah, where can you get one? Can you get one new for that price? Is that a fake Amazon knife? What's going on with it? Speaking of knives, I carried a few last night. Y'all didn't hear how good that sounded, and that's terrible. I would rather have knife noise and a little background noise than no knife noise. So this thing sounds great. It did bite me last night. I've told y'all this backlock is super smooth, so I have to barely tap it or it'll swing around and hit me in the finger. And it got me last night. But I carried my AD10 and S35V and original goat scales in my front pocket. Absolutely love that knife. It's definitely in the top 20. Audiolitis, your skiffs came in 316s. Ooh, wow, that's tiny, isn't it? Still too thick. So you need some of the 1.2. All right, let me finish my pocket check real quick, and we'll go look at skiffs. And in my back right pocket, I had this knife. And this knife's got something interesting I want to talk about. It's a perfect knife, but it does have a little bit of a idiosyncrasy about it. It's got something weird that only it has. I've had it with maybe one other knife, two other knives. We'll talk about that in a minute too, though. Knives are life. Oh, good morning, Mr. Bob. Oh, no problem. Glad to be there in the middle of the night when you need somebody to talk to. Morning, want to know why knives. Good morning, brown sugar. And then in my back left pocket, I took this knife, and the only reason I really had it because I wanted to work on it and make it where I like it better. So I've told y'all if there's a couple of little things you don't like about a knife, try to fix them instead of getting rid of the knife. Well, my main hang up with this knife I fixed last night, and it was the detent and the bouncing at the bottom. And as y'all can see, it doesn't bounce at all now at the bottom because I've got the pressure increased on that lock bar. And it also made, see, when I really slam it, it will, but for the most part, it stays closed now. And it's got better detent. A lot better. So I tried to fix it. Yeah, y'all send good vibes Mr. Bob's direction. He needs them today. Like I've always said, make sure you tell the people you love them, because you never know when it might be your last. So. What are you talking about? Want to know why knives? Oh, the Blade HQ fin rear. All right, we got to look at skiffs first, and I'll go back and talk about this knife and what I found out about it last night here in a minute. It's got a weird little quirk. All right, exclusive M390 fin rears. All right, good price. I like it. The model you linked, or the model we popped up on, would be the only model I could buy. And I don't like that it's aluminum, but for a lot of people that would be just perfectly peachy keen. I would want to try to dye that micarta black, and then it'd be a pretty cool looking knife. That one actually looks better stock without having to do anything to it. But that one with the black micarta would look great. It's a good deal. I thought they would have charged $169, $179. That shows you that M390 is it's about to be surpassed by some other new steel. Yeah, the center hole is tiny. You're gonna have very few knives that those will fit. Let me go back up here and scroll up and figure out again what size you said. 3/16. All right. So the easiest thing for me to tell you to do is to check the compatibility list and then find one that's close to your knife. How many balls did you say? 15 balls? 15 balls and a... Take one down, pass them around. 15 balls. Alright, so you're talking about these right here? I believe so. So, these are 1.2 millimeters thick. They don't make any bearings thinner than that. So, the only ones they make thinner than that are 0.8 millimeters, and they're totally made out of plastic. Like, you can't even get any metal ones that size. So they don't make them any thinner. If you're talking about the ball thickness, so the smallest thickness you can get is 0.8, and those are total plastic bearings, which are terrible. I've got some. So right here, these aren't them. Hold on. And they're the black plastic ones. Like, you can't even get the... They're the cheapest bearings on the planet. This company right here sells them. So they're these little plastic ones that are black. And they're 0.8 millimeters. And the smallest you can get them is 8 by 4.2. I think that, no, 7 by 4.2. So 7 outside diameter, 4.2 inside diameter, and 0.8 millimeters thick. But with skiffs, you should be able to use the compatibility chart and type in the knife. What knife was it for? Yeah, 1.1. 1.2 is what they round it. That's what they are. They don't make like weird. They make 0.8 and 1.2. Bel Air. So it's supposed to be a Bel Air. Bel Air. Those are the same. Those are the right size. I think, if that's the size you said you got, which it is. So I got a question for you. Yeah. Oh, so you did take the washers out, and they're still too thick. Yeah. I'm wondering if, what could be, are you sure, is all I got to say. Because if you're totally sure, you need to tell him so he can take it off the compatibility list. And maybe there's different versions of the Bel Air. It says remove some or all washers. You have to totally remove all the washers. It does say that down there. So, by too thick, what do you mean? I'm confused what you mean by too thick. So does it start to, you can't, because the screw should screw in fully. How do you know they're too thick? The knife should go back together, right? I could know, I'd be able to tell if you could tell they were too thin, because you would have blade play. But how do you know they're too thick? You shouldn't have blade play. Does the action just not feel any better? I'm just confused at how you know they're too thick. So let me know that. And I'll start talking about what I was taught. This knife has a weird little quirk. So somebody on Reddit mentioned that this knife had some detent lash, and it does not have detent lash, but what it does have is lock bar flexing because of how thin this lock bar is. And so when it's closed and you go to open it, right before the detent ball breaks loose, the lock bar flexes. So it makes it look like it's got a little bit of detent lash, but really the detent ball is fully seated in the detent hole the entire time. It's just seated so well that it flexes the lock bar before it breaks loose. Both bearings won't fit between the liners with the blade. I'm still confused. I'm still confused at what you mean. So, anyway, I didn't even show. Hold on, let me show this. So, when you move the blade, it almost looks like it has detent lash, but it's just the fact that the ball. Watch the lock bar when I pull on this, and you can see it flexes. You see that when I pull the blade, the lock bar flexes? I don't know if you can see that, but it does. It definitely does. And then it pops out of the detent hole. So it's got, it's staying in the detent hole, and it's the right size for the detent hole. It just pulls that lock bar because of how thin it is. So they cut it too thin down here, and it flexes. Cliff, I've got the background noise on today because you can't hear knife noises normally. And I can turn on a little bit of let me see. I can turn on a noise gate to where when I stop talking, it should cut out. And then now when I start talking or make knife noises, and even knife noises should keep it without going away. Yeah, Nick, that's what I said. That's not detent lash. and it's not going to help anything. It's the lock bar is too thin, and the lock bar is moving. I can't thicken up the lock bar. They made it too thin down here, and it's flexing a little bit when I pull the blade out. It's flexing. And I've had one other knife that did that. I've only had one. I mean, I wish I could add material here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The guy said his had detent lash, and I tried to explain to him that what he's thinking is detent lash is actually the lock bar bending out. All right, now I got to figure out Audiolitis' problem. We got to help him out because those bearings should fit. And I'm confused, and the only way I can think to mess with it is to... This is the Bel Air, right? Is this the Bel Air or... Yeah, that's the Bel Air, and this is the other one I like. The, whatchamacallit. Their other good knife. Oh my goodness. Bel Air. I think this is the Bel Air though, right? And what is this one? The other one that they have that's good. Yeah, the Iridium. Thank you. Thank you. And I knew that. It's just one of those days. All right. So I got to see what you're talking about here with the bearing spacing. So you say that it won't fit between the liners, which are inside of here somewhere, probably. I've never taken this one apart. All right, so it's going to have the crossbar, my favorite knives to work on, by the way. What do y'all want to look at today? Yeah, I was going to say, is the diameter too big that they're not fitting in a groove? Like in the blade? Does the blade have a cutout that they're supposed to sit in? Because sometimes you have to use oil and get them in those holes before you put it together, or it won't line up. It'll hit the side of the scales and not drop in those little cutouts. Exactly right. All right, good. It is one of the knives you can remove the side scales on. All right. I should be able... Nope. Maybe. I might can get it apart without removing the pivot. Hopefully I can. This one has never been apart, that's for sure. And this is not a real one, but I'm hoping it works pretty much the same. It's pretty cool. Does yours have that cutout like that? Because that looks like it's built, but that's just for the button to slide in. Huh. It looks like it's built for one with smaller liners, like just liners there or something. All right, can I get the crossbar out of the way enough? No. Dang it. I thought I could move it enough to... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Dang it. I hate crossbar lock knives. All right. We're invested this long. So I usually take my T6. I put a black mark on the end of one of these so I could easily tell which one was which. All right. Y'all think of something y'all want to look at, and we got to talk about Blade Show. Who do y'all want me to go see? Who are y'all looking forward to as far as Blade Show goes? right, I gotta take out this back clip screw. If I can get to it. Golly. It wants to strip. I don't even think it's, I think it's turning the barrel. I'm not going to be able to get this one apart. Dang it. Well, alright. I can't get this. I mean, I could see what you're talking about. Let me see. Yes. It does have bearings that sit in the blade. Mine does. Does yours not? These are tiny bearings too, boy. Those are minuscule. These are easier crossbar lock knives to take apart. So let me measure these, see if they're close to what you got. Outside diameter is, looks like gonna be 7.8. Inside diameter 4 millimeters. It's a little over 4. And then the thickness. Wow. They are the 0.8. You are totally right. Like these are. They're the 0.8. And I didn't know you have to get down to a 4 millimeter pivot. I mean, on a 4 millimeter pivot. And yours probably has the same kind of little cutout in the blade, right? Stargazer. Well, thank you for the comment. Pics in the Discord. All right, so that means you're showing me the blade. I don't have Discord open. But does yours have the cutout in the blade for the bearings? I'm opening Discord, but maybe you'll hear this before it gets open. I was super bored at work last night. Okay, yes. His does have the cutout in the blade. So, we can see mine has smaller bearings. Because I don't think mine has washers. Hopefully it doesn't, because if it does, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get back together. No, it doesn't have washers. So luckily this one doesn't have washers. But yours looks like a pain in the butt. But when you measure the thickness of both the ones you have, do they both come up at like close to 1.2? You said 1.16, but do the new ones? So you don't like the noise gate, Waylon? It just goes completely silent whenever I stop talking, and then when I start making noise again, it should sound like normal. Should be able to hear knife noise and all kinds of noise. I can turn off the noise gate if it's really bothering you, Waylon. If I keep talking, it doesn't really matter. It's when I stop that it really messes with you. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll turn off the noise gate. But I'm going to turn back on the vocal only for now. I've had it that way for a while, and I only turn it on when I want to hear knife noise, so that might be the best way to go. Because at least it does a good job. All right, well, that really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Here's one of my tricks that I do. So right now, to get these bearings to stay in there, I'm going to oil down both sides of the blade and use the surface tension of the oil to hold the bearings into place so they don't fall out when I turn it upside down. And this oil is super thin, so it ends up putting a ton, but ain't going to hurt to have some oil in it. Luckily, I didn't have to take this one completely apart to get there. And I should be able to get this back together. Should. I don't know which side is D-shaped. Ow. That wasn't really an owl. All right. That is the side it goes in. All right. Got her back together. Yeah. I like knives that you can pop the scale off of, the side off, without the interfering with the button. I don't like these crossbar lock knives either. Whoever popped in and said they didn't like some kind of lock. What in the heck happened? Do I have a D-shaped pivot or something? Something ain't fitting exactly right. No? Oh, this side has to be lined up exactly right. There it goes. I knew something was up. So you commented on my AD10 Tonto? Is that what you said? Yeah, it's one of my favorite knives. It's in my top 20 for sure. Oh my goodness, why'd y'all let me do that? Nobody was paying attention. Y'all probably already said it. Omega Spring, Omega Spring. I was not paying attention. I'm on Omega Spring. Oh my goodness, now I was putting it in. Now I had it right. There we go. Dang it. Omega Spring, be good to me. There we go. That's a weird way to do the Omega Spring. All right, so yeah, Blade Show. I think I asked that, and I think somebody said something. TKL, Who was that, William? Was William the one that said to go to TCal? I think William's addicted to TCal. Mr. asked me at the beginning of the video who I was wanting to see and meet. And I said maybe Mr. Ray. Wow, that one's solid as a bank. These are both great knives. The Bel Air and the Iridium. Like this one has some of the greatest action ever. But those are the only two good knives from Kershaw. Yeah, it does sound a ton better when it's just my voice, but you can't hear knives. All right. TCal, Cliff said he wanted to see TCal. Okay. Nick wants to see Custom Knife Factory. Yes, I would like to see that. And I'm guessing you just left the comment on this one. It is an awesome knife. And you talk about good sound. I won't turn on the noise gate, but we'll turn on all the sound at least. Because this one makes an awesome sound. Both opening and closing. You gotta love that. All you gotta do is just break it loose anywhere, just any kind of shake, it just closes perfectly. These original goat scales do fit these knives really good. And it sounds just as good as its brother. My actually favorite one, the Drop Point. Yeah, acoustics matter. In the Buff and Stoned Goat. In the Buff is the shiny one and Stoned Goat is the non-shiny one. I don't know about the bearings, man. I'm sorry, audiolitis. They do make some tiny, I didn't know, I don't ever buy knives with pivots that are 4mm. But I bet we could find some that would work. Possibly, but not fully caged. 1mm. I've never seen a 1mm, but I gotta have them. So I wonder if some of those thrust bearings are Yes, Sever 7, I do. There's nothing wrong. You don't feel it So it doesn't feel like it. The blade doesn't move at all with just regular pressure. It's not like detent lash. So with detent lash, the blade will move in and out when you just when you're just barely touching it. So this one doesn't do that. So you never notice it. Because when you go to open it, you're going to open it and it's got perfect action closing. So you don't ever notice that because it's not really like detent lash. When you put your finger on a knife with detent lash, you can feel it wiggle. And you can close it a little bit more and you can open it a little bit more. On this one, when you put your finger in here to open it, you don't feel anything because you're not pressing hard enough yet to flex the lock bar. So the only time it really flexes the lock bar is when you're putting enough pressure to fully open it anyway. So it's not something that you ever notice when you're handling it. Because the only time you ever exert that much pressure is when you're actually going to open it. Like right now, I don't feel the blade moving in or out like you would with one with detent lash. So if it has detent lash, you can usually move it both directions because the ball is not sitting in the hole or it's too small for the hole. But this one doesn't have that, so you don't ever notice it. So yes, it is definitely a buy. It's got some of the best action you will ever see in any knife ever. And the fit and finish is great. So that lock bar doesn't really affect anything. I mean, maybe it's going to flex down there, how thin it is. But it's got good lockup. So if it had less lockup, I would be worried that it might flex it and like fail with a spine whack or something. But it's got decent lockup. It's got good lockup actually. So yes, it is definitely a go, and it's got great detent. I mean, the detent is perfect. And if you hold the lock bar in place, keep it from moving down, like if I was to, I don't want to put pressure on it, but if I put my fingernail in there, man, it's very crispy. So yes, get one. I'm going to get another one. That's how good they are. Good morning, Andrew. So yours has I kind of understand. It seems like they should fit without any kind of washers in it. And, after looking at your knife, those washers have the little tracks in them, and they should add another 0.4 millimeter or 0.2 millimeter on each side, 0.4 total. If you measure, stack everything together, stack the two washers and the two bearings together and measure that overall width, and then stack the other two bearings and see how far off you are. Good morning, Tristan. Yeah, see what the total width is with the two washers and the two bearings that came with it, and then with just the two bearings that they sent you. Because those definitely will fit in that blade cutout. I can tell by looking at them from here. They're actually, they could be wider. They could have a bigger diameter, it looks like. I want to show y'all how bored I was last night. Oh yeah, there's a picture of the two stacks. Or just measure one bearing and one old bearing and washer. But I was curious. Yeah, the skiff is way bigger than the actual bearing. But with the bearing and the washer, it looked about right. I don't know, man. So this is how bored I was. Somebody said, was that you, mister, that said, look at my wrist? Well, I just changed watches when I got home. And last night I had a different watch on. And I took a picture of my wrist with my watch on. And this was the picture that I took. And then after I took that picture, I ran it through AI. And I said, make my arm, what did I say? The actual prompt was make my arm look like a worm-like alien. Yeah, I said, can you make my arm look like a segmented worm-like alien creature? So that's what I told AI, that I wanted my arm to look like a segmented worm-like alien creature, and it made this picture. And that's pretty creepy. It looks real, and it looks like a worm, a segmented worm like alien creature. And I don't like it one bit. But yet I had to post it because of how weird it was. And then I got even more bored. So I said, make me look like a knife. And so it made me look like a knife. And then this was the other version it did, and it put like a lock bar on the side of my head. Like, why do I have a lock bar over there? Like, that's pretty wild. But it did pick up my pretty blue eyes in that picture. But that is metallic chip. Yeah, mister, that's how bored I was. Make me look like a knife. I look like a conehead. Here's me as a reptilian. And I had to keep telling it. I said put facial hair on it so it actually looked like me. And it kept taking off the facial hair. And anyway, that's how bored I was last night. That worm thing really is really disturbing. Yes, very disturbing. I don't like it. Alright, so when Mr. asked me who I wanted to see at Blade Show, I rattled off a few names. I said maybe Mr. Laconico, or Mr. Bergam, or Satu Dave, or Keenison, or Missouri. We got to go to the Missouri table if he's there. And I said Alvin Lee, or GTC. And I'd really like to run into some designers more so than makers. Like Jonathan Stiles last year I ran into. But if we can get to the Missouri table, if he's got one, I don't think he has one because he's overseas, I do believe. But yeah, we definitely have to go to his. But there'll be lots of designers walking around showing their newest knives. Speaking of G-Shocks, Mr. Bob, he has one of the prettiest G-Shocks I've ever seen. It's that one right there. I love that G-Shock. There it is again. So yeah, shout out Mr. Bob and his watch. Yeah, the Peace Neighbor guy, yeah. Isn't he the... What show is he on? We should be saying it by his show name. GTC would be cool to see. Hey, look. There's a mini Stitch. Let's give that a like. Shout out Mr. B. Shady. Dervish knives would be cool to see. Who's this guy again? Sean O'Connell. Sean O'Connell. Oh, I'll tell you somebody. I like all three of those. Well, I don't like that top one. Why did he make the blade hole like that? My God. I don't think those are finished, but... What happened? Did I pass you, Tristan? What was I? Where are you? How did I miss? Did I see you? I said Tristan. Oh yeah, and I did see your comment about the Asher. But I didn't see his post about it. I don't even know if I'm I just go to his website so much, I doubt I'm even following him on Instagram. I just go, yeah, I am following him. Is this the new one? Oh, it's the V2 A-Lock. Yes, Sean Ashmore. Sean Ashmore is a Canadian actor who has been in lots of stuff. Trying to see what I... Oh. What is he playing the boys? Who's he playing the boys? And what am I... What TV show? Where's his IMDb? Good grief. Wonderful performance, Guitar Man, X-Men and X-Men United, My Brother's Keeper. He's got a twin who's also an actor. So maybe I thought he was in all kinds of stuff because his brother and him were in stuff. Weird. Oh, are you going to be there? So you got to tell me you're going to be there, Tristan. I meant to ask, didn't I put that in the title? Who's going? You got to tell me you're going first. The rookie? Yeah, that's probably what it was. Iceman. Yeah, so I forgot to ask that. Who's going to Blade Show Atlanta? I need to know this. Another post on Discord. Okay. Now I see what you mean. So the standoffs is what was letting you know. Yeah, so the standoff is what told you the knife wasn't going together right. The stop pin standoff. Alright. Yeah, that's a problem. Great picture, by the way, Audiolitis. I wish you were the guy that took pictures every time I had to try to figure out a problem from somebody. My God. You ask some people problems and they take pictures of stuff that has nothing to do with nothing. Oh, yeah, I would definitely want to see you if you were there. Well, that sucks. I thought I was going to get to actually see you. Yeah, that's no good. That definitely doesn't fit your knife. I don't know why, I don't know why. Well, I'll tell you why. I had to make a video. I don't know if y'all know this because you don't have the knives. But I put a video out that talked about how to fit, let's see, Civivi. Oh my goodness. Well, liners. Baby banner. That's what it is. The baby banner. Why is I put out a video with how to make, maybe it was a Reddit post. No. I had to cut out, I had to do a video. And it had to do with the bearing placement and such. I forgot why I was trying to relate that to your, totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, because certain versions of the knife would work and certain ones of them wouldn't. So when you go to the, it was the Flytanium website, and it was the baby banner. You couldn't use the Warncliffe version of the baby banner. Alright, so it was a place where they told you which versions it would work for. And it won't work for like 2 of the versions of this knife. So you can't buy the Warncliffe version and make it work. But you can if you do a mod that I did, and I did a video about that. So that's what I was getting at. But websites, sometimes they make different versions of knives. And that's the case with these, because the inside of these are milled out for the ones that have a certain kind of liner. And it doesn't even tell you on here which ones they work for. So they would just let you add this to cart, and it wouldn't work with like 2 of the versions of the baby banner. It won't work with the micarta and the something else. And I wonder if that link says discontinued, but let me see if one of these has it on here. Yeah, it says not compatible with OEM micarta, baby banner, or wood models. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, the one I've got is not micarta, and it's not wood. It was the Warncliffe, and when you look at it, it's purple. Dang it. This knife right here oh, it does say micarta now. It used to only say you had to go down here to the technical specs and you had to see the Warncliffe down here. It doesn't say baby banner Warncliffe. So it doesn't match the Warncliffe knife, so you have to do a mod to it. But Skiff shouldn't be doing that with their bearing compatibility if they don't work with all the versions of the knife. But they do say you got to remove some or all washers, and that's for the XL and the clip point. How thick are the washers that they sell for it? So they sell straight up washers and they're 1.2 thick. That's crazy. Are you sure, man? I hate to be like this, but can I ask you a question? When I look at this picture, it looks like the top bearing is down into the blade more than this bottom bearing is. Are you sure this bearing is not slipped over and is not in the blade fully? Yeah, and is there another washer in the liner? Does it have one that's magnetic that you can't see and it's stuck in there? Like in the cutout, you have to touch it with a magnet to pull it out. But it looks like the bearing is seated in that, and it's just probably the perspective of the picture. And it's probably the reflection that I'm seeing. Now that I look at it, it might be the reflection on the liner. It makes the bearing look thicker. Yeah, Waylon just said the same thing I said. Sometimes you got to get them out with a magnet. Sometimes you don't even know they're there. Does it have bearings? I mean, yeah, does it have washers on both sides? No, that's where the little racetrack ones go. That's the one with the little tracks. The ones he posted are the ones that go in there. You can see there's no other... There's no washer in that liner, but... Maybe on that one it kind of looks like there is. You could be right, Waylon, because on this side of the liner, it looks like there might still be a washer in there. Good call, Waylon. I was thinking the same thing, too. I was like, but I thought for sure he would have seen... Now that I look at that picture, that does look like a washer down in there. I looked at that earlier, and then I looked over at the other side of the scale. All right, cool. Well, we got some live help. It's going to work now. We got to see a finished picture, buddy. Take us a picture and show us that stand or that stop pin fitting in place right. Well, awesome. Glad we got that fixed. All right, what else today? I'm thinking about selling this knife. Does that surprise y'all? It probably doesn't surprise anybody. Oh yeah, that must be your Grail pin you were talking about. That's why you pointed out Mr. Mister. Because he's a pin guy. Let me go see this Grail pin that you got, Mr. Andrew. Oh, wow. Which one did you get? Full mithril? That's a Grail pin. Oh, wow. Did you get that one? Sever? If you tell me what it is first. Because I don't know what the second one is. I don't know what the second version is. If you let me know what I'm playing first. Yes, sir. The second version of what? Good morning, Mr. Ed. So which version did you get? I know, but what knife is it? I'll just click it. Here we go. Here you go, Saber. The Wii Exponent. That's all you had to say. There's no reason I wouldn't show the whole video anyway, normally. Wow, that one has good action. They're both beautiful. That Fafnir Damasteel is pretty dang sexy. I still don't know which pattern of Damasteel I like the best, but that Fafnir is pretty dang nice. We've looked at them before. That Fafnir, I want to see what that one looks like on a knife too. That the Odenheim is pretty dang nice too. The Odenheim and I want to see what this one looks like. Okay. Why is it different? I don't like that one as much. So let's check this one out. They don't have a knife. Yeah, I like that one too. Odenheim. That Fafnir though, man, it's something about it. It's those thin lines, I think. Thor. Let's see what it looks like on a full pattern. Boy, could you imagine having their job just making awesome same pattern Damascus all day long? They have to repeat the patterns, so they got to remember exactly how they twisted it. That one looks like little clowns or something. That one's got like faces in it, if you want it to. Moonin. Knife. Moonin. Damasteel. Oh, that's just where they sell it. Polish Custom Knives. Should have known it. What is this one? Yeah, Moonin. So this one has that Moonin pattern. That's pretty sexy too. You've got the twist, Borkman's twist. Sorry, I didn't see that message until now. That whole knife is pretty dang nice. Which one did you have? This one. Oh yeah, that one's pretty sweet too. I like the thin lines on it. Knife. Borkman's twist, Damasteel. Le Petit. Le Petit. Wonderful 18 karat gold. We'll find some good knives looking up these different patterns of Damasteel. That's pretty wild. Cigar cutter. Man, a Damasteel cigar cutter. Notorious EDC Kingpin. That's one we've looked at before. Yeah, I like that pattern. I like that pattern too. I like that knife too. I don't remember looking at that one. But I really like that front flipper. Yeah, that's a cool looking knife. Yeah, that's a cool looking knife. You hate that style front flipper? That's funny. That's my favorite because you can reach around from the other side. I like it because you can use it like a regular flipper tab. It's like on the Cortex. It sticks up the front there so you can reach around from this side and grab it. Maybe you were talking about a different one. Mike John, you too, sir. Oh, the one that sticks out like an inch. Oh, you said pictures in the Discord? Boom. Man, you are the photo dude. That stop pin is definitely working. I didn't see the one y'all were looking at. Let's go back, see if I can figure out which one you're talking about. This one? Oh! That's a friction folder, and it's because it's a cigar cutter. But yeah, those are that's not a locking knife, so you need that little bar to have something to hold on to so you don't cut yourself. That's the same. Where are my Svard knives? SV Svard. I have no idea where those are. I haven't seen those in a while. Huh. Where are my SVARD knives? Aha! So these are super cool, and oh my goodness, I just dropped the whole case on the floor. Y'all probably heard that. I've got these two. Is that long enough for you? So these peasant knives are super cool, but you want a long part here because the only lock that it has is you holding this part. So when you open it, you squeezing your hand right here is the only thing that keeps you from getting cut. So since it doesn't have a lock, the longer this is, the better. Won't come out of your, won't fold on you, as long as you got a good grip. So I think that's more of what they're going for with that cigar cutter. They're going for that. I heard that the wait is over on the Tonto or Warncliffe. Yeah, I saw that. So we got to go to that booth. Yes, I totally agree with that statement, Cliff. But I don't think this has a lock, so. Pretty much like a friction folder. Are you gonna get one, Pete? If you wanted to make your own knife, you couldn't make one any easier than this. Brown sugar, if you wanted to make a knife sometime, I think you could make one of these. Find you a piece of metal and figure out how to get it to that shape. Drill a hole in it. Get you a screw. Couple pieces of wood, make the gap bigger at the front than the back. And you can make one of these. But does it surprise y'all that I want to sell this knife? Did anybody think I would keep it this long? Yeah, not much to it. It actually uses two like bolts and screws. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's just, it's got a little gap in the blade holds it apart. The blade is actually what's holding it apart. So you just tighten it up, put the blade in there, and you're good to go. I don't know, Pete. I just want to pass it on to somebody that will like it. Not sold, selling. I think I want to get rid of it because I want somebody else to enjoy it. I feel bad about hoarding it. Yeah, Andrew, I figured y'all know me pretty well by now. Yes, Sever. Get one. I'm getting another one. I hope you understood what I was saying about the fact that you never feel that with this knife. You don't feel any kind of wiggle. It doesn't have detent lash. And the only time you flex it enough to where the bar bends a little bit is when you're going to open it. So you don't ever feel it. That's why I said it was a weird quirk that this knife has. That really isn't a problem. It's just something different about it. Well, hit me up, Pete. All 6 of those new Green Thorn Shiros I got are coming today. And something else is coming today. Oh, I think that those titanium chopsticks that I bought are on the way. Oh, it's just a knife. Pete, you've seen it. It's the Cypress. It's the Cypress, and it's a front flipper. With polished, mirror polished flats. And the blade finish is like a satin. The steel on it. Here's all the facts on it. Magna cut. It's Zerblasted. It's the Cypress number 48, and it's got B Shady's birthday. I gotta offer it to B Shady if I do sell it. So I forgot about that. I would never go back on my word about that. I told him if I ever sold it, I'd give him first dibs at it, because it has his birthday. All right. Yeah, those titanium chopsticks I got on the way are called play sticks, which I don't like the name of that necessarily. But I didn't come up with the idea for it. Let me make sure I got the sound off. Oh, you can't use the blade hole. What blade hole? You definitely can't open it. It's just a front flipper only. Yeah, it's not a... That's for looks. That blade hole is for looks. The inner fourth grader made me get those chopsticks. I bought something else. I mean, it's pretty cool that you can use them as a straw. And they'll come in handy, period. Because they have those poker, yeah, they'll come in handy. They have the little points. That's what I like. That inside they have the sharp point. I'll probably use that more than anything. And I could see me getting decent with those because of how small they are. And I got something else on the way called I Eat. No, what's that one called? I got something else from Kickstarter coming. Is it I Eat One? I One Eat. What is it? Oh, it's called Eat I. Eat I One. I bought 2 of these. Whoops, got to turn off the sound on it. I got a 2-pack of these, and it's one of those things where they let you add on at the end and get one for like half price. But I thought if I was going camping, you need 2 of them. It's actually a pretty cool little thingy. It's a knife, fork, spoon. Fire striker. Bottle opener. Peeler. Yeah, the peeler, I mean, like, I don't know, just having all that in one is pretty cool. And y'all know I'm in my titanium game, and I like the little case it comes with because it buttons up, and you could pack that up really good and leave it in its little... They thought about that when they were making it, because you don't want to lose that thing, and it would pack nicely in that little... Well, Nick, to answer your question, I am bringing clones. I will have day one. I'll probably do the same thing as I'll carry a nice knife in my front pocket of a legit knife, and then one of my best clones in my back pocket. So yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, but I do have. What I was gonna say, Nick, is I have to broadcast from down there. So I'm probably gonna take like all 6 cases of my hard cases of knives with me. So on my broadcast, I'll be able to show some knives. Because I'm not gonna be buying enough every day to show new ones that I bought. I only bought, I don't know, I think I bought one last year. That Truffles Blade Show Atlanta, I guess 2025. I'll probably carry some exclusive nice clones. Not just the run-of-the-mill that everybody has. Oh yeah, they're just like Tennessee. Pretty much. Georgia's just like Tennessee. Pretty much anything goes. Did you send me a Google? You shared a link through Google, Andrew? It's weird. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking little set. Yeah, Co-Bunny, we've talked about those cheap titanium chopsticks on Amazon. Yeah, Nick. I'm going to be going live from Blade Show and doing my broadcast from the Airbnb. The whole reason I got the Airbnb I got is because it has fiber internet. And the last couple of trips I've gone on, I've had issues broadcasting. Because I went on vacation to Gulf Shores and broadcast from the condo. Right on the ocean. So we don't stop. We broadcast every day. I've gone on a couple of vacations, I think, and broadcast. So my 500 days in a row doesn't not include vacation time. I'm dedicated to this. Morning YouTube streams are mine. Ain't that right, fellas? Yeah, I do like that long fork on that carnivore set. Alright, I had quite a few links to show. I posted some for everybody in the Discord that's been asking. But here's the M390 Vespa Combat Trudon. So there's the Combat Trudons in M390. Right there, sorry. And here is the Zero Blade Play Ultratex in M390 with all the different handles and all the different materials. And then this one sounded like a great deal for people that like to mod and have titanium knives for 40 bucks. But this full titanium knife for 38 bucks is pretty dang awesome. And if you don't have a titanium knife or just want another one, these are 38 to 41 bucks. And those look like a great deal. It's got VG10 blade steel, I believe. Yeah, VG10. Good thumb studs. It's hard to find a knife for less than $40, a good one, full titanium. No, Co-Bunny, there's nothing wrong with cheap Amazon chopsticks. The Satori clone. Yeah, I got one of those. I don't ever, I can't believe I dropped a whole bag of knives. My little ace riv fell on the floor. Dang it. Here's my, oh, and I had one more link. And that was a super cool little Scandi Grind D2 fixed blade. And I didn't post a link to it. What the heck? Well, we will have to do it the other way. We'll have to do it this way here. Dang it. Here it is. So this little fixed blade looked nice. It's got a Scandi grind. It's a good size. It's D2. Don't like the sheath all that much, but The music's probably copywritten. Looks sharp. Pretty cool little knife. There's mine. I want to get a fuller put in mine so it looks like the original. These things are guillotines though. They will cut your finger quick. Moras don't feel that. Moras, yeah. But they feel kind of cheap too. The whole point of that one is it looks a little, it looks like it would feel a little better. Like a real knife. It's got a little bit more substance to it. My opinion. Moras are great $20 knives, but that one looks like a good $50 knife. And I've got a Garberg and a something else more expensive. Here's the two knives that fell out of the case. My little Ace Riv, which is a cool little titanium boy. And if y'all haven't seen these knives, they're super cool. Pandora. They're from Spain also. Like, I like Joker. No. It is not an integral. It's got screws. It's got one screw. Well, it's got two screws. But these Pandora knives, and these are backlock knives, and this is nice olive wood. Spain does some awesome stuff with their, like Joker. And this Pandora, a lot of people recommend this knife. It's N690. But man, you talk about a comfortable knife, like, and this is more one of those, this is the one that goes down in your pocket. You know, it doesn't have a clip. It's more of an old school feeling knife. These Pandoras are nice. Great durable outdoor knife. Like, you could beat the heck out of this thing. But if you've not checked out Joker knives from Spain, or that one, they're pretty good. My Amazon affiliate link, amazon.com/store/BLADEALCHEMY. If I can spell. Oh, maybe it's not that. I don't know. It's this link. Shop/BLADEALCHEMY. Not store. Shop in Blade Alchemy. I'm going to be adding more stuff to here, but my fixed blades so far on here are all from Joker. And they're all great knives. They're from Spain also. All super cool knives. They even have some big boy knives. The way they got that that looped around there, it looks like it's a whole guard, but it's just a basically that knife. They got some awesome stuff, and their leather work. There's the little. Their leather work is awesome, but those Pandora N690 These are great, great little knives, and they're only 75 bucks. And they're kind of like, I don't know, they're more heirloom quality construction with the nice olive wood, and I think there's the one I got, maybe. Bowler N690. Cool little knives, though. Puko. Yeah, I like the little Pukos. But I don't know, there's something about a real wood handle that connects you back with wood, you know? Like Primal. And then my my Joker that I have has the nice dangle sheath. And their leather is really nice. Like, I don't know how in Spain, it's all handcrafted in Spain, so it feels better, a lot better quality than anything we would make here in the US. But this is the Joker Nessmuck that they have. I couldn't find this one for my Amazon links, but this is the Nessmuck S. Sandvik 14C 28N, Spain. But these, I don't know, it's just something about a wooden handle that gets you back to nature. And the fit and finish is great on these. Super nice knives. But I like the leather work from the sheath. It's thick. It's got real metal and real buckles. And super cool knife. Yeah, it's got very good jimps on it too. We're going to talk about, I'll break out some of those Damascus knives, those Pakistani ones. Oh, Andrew, if you get this knife, you can reverse flick it. You can't use the thumb studs because they're not thumb studs. They're blade stops. So they go in that little... So this knife, you can't regular flick it. You have to use the flipper tab. But you can reverse flick it if you get your finger on the side of it. Just so you know, you'll hurt yourself trying to use the front thumb stud. It's not a thumb stud. I mean, you can maybe. I don't know. No, you can't. You're going to hurt yourself. But you know, the original has that fuller that goes down the blade. And somebody did one of those. There's a couple of them floating around that you can buy that have that fuller put in, the clones. CKF, Satori. You can see it's supposed to have that fuller. Other than that, it's an exact copy. I don't know why they didn't put the fuller in it. They should have. That's not the same handle, but they got the same handle. They all have the fuller though. There's a rocked handle. Where's the one with the grooves in it that they got from right there? There's the one they they used. Oh, that one doesn't have a fuller. It's kind of fun finding the knife that they use to make the clones with. So, you know, they only get a certain picture of the knife that they have to use to make it. And so, finding the exact models that they used is kind of cool. The thumb stud looks a little bigger on the original, possibly. The rest of it looks pretty dang good, though. Yeah, that's why I buy Weehaw. That's why I suggest everybody go to Amazon and buy a 10-pack of Weehaw T8s and T6s. I've showed this 1,000 times. Weehaw sells them in 10 packs for a little over $1 a piece. They sell the T8s and the T6s. And everybody that messes with knives should have a 10-pack of both of these. And you will never have that problem again. $20 and you're done for your whole knife career. Swedge isn't disconnected like the original. Oh, up there? I think they just polished it. I don't think... Oh, yep. Dang. That's weird. Huh. Never noticed that. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Does it have the logo? I don't think it has the logo behind the lock bar. Nope. Doesn't have the logo either. But you can really see that difference in that swedge when I hold it up like they're looking at it. Hold on. Let me get the light to hit it right. So they thickened up. The front of the edge is way thicker. I didn't realize that it's the same designer as the... That's so funny that this knife and this knife are designed by the same person. Little bit of difference between the two. Yeah, it does make a diamond, yeah. But those two are made by the same guy. And I'm so glad I fixed that knife, because I keep telling y'all, you know, if you get a knife and there's a couple of little things you don't like about it that you can fix, then fix it. So adding that extra lock bar pressure, fix this one up. It doesn't drop closed anymore as easy. It will drop closed, but there's a little bit of friction. But the D10 is way better. And I just grabbed it with some pliers down at the relief cut to where it bent at the right place, and I just bent it out more. But But yeah, it doesn't bounce nearly as much. And the detent is way stronger now. It still feels more comfortable back here than up here. It feels kind of weird up here. It's not one of those like hand melting grips when you grab it up here like the Rosie is. It feels better right here. But yeah, cool little knife. Great, again, $60 titanium knife. That one earlier was 40 bucks, but wow, we've gone 2 hours today. Guess what tomorrow is? Anybody that stuck around till the end? Tomorrow is episode 500. Cannot believe I met such a great group of guys that have hung out with me every morning for the last 500 days. That's pretty wild. It is Sunday. Very good, Audio-itis. Three hours tomorrow? Or today? Do a countdown. No, I'm not going to do a countdown. 24-hour stream. I wonder, let's see real quick. Let's go back here to the browser and do some browser math. Where's my Google calculator? 1.5 times 500. 750. So let's say we averaged an hour and a half each stream. 750 divided by 24 equals 31.25 days. So I could run a live stream, a live channel, 24 hours a day, and it wouldn't repeat in over a month. So right now I've got a month of programming behind me. Yeah, so I should start a whole nother channel and just make a playlist and leave it up live 24/7. And go in there every now and then. Yeah, thank you, Miss Brown Sugar. You add a little bit of class to the rest of us here. I hope you meant you're a G and that was a typo, because V is right below G. Oh, very welcome part of the group. I thought you were calling me a G. I just took off my headphones, so we're gonna wind this one up. Been over about 30 seconds away from 2 hours, so love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank you, Mike John. Let me make you a moderator, Mike John. You've been here quite a bit. So yeah, man, tomorrow, episode 500. We will draw Monday morning to see who wins. Hope y'all have a great Saturday and an even better weekend. And I'm out.